I need y'all to understand that a majority of conservatives who voted for Trump are not FAFOing. Go on Reddit, go on Twitter, go on Truth Social. They're constantly making
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So all credit goes to the creators in this video. So guys, in today's video,
settling excuses I've been seeing lately is them trying to justify laying off thousands of government workers and saying how that having an office job or a job where you don't work in the trade is inherently weak and selfish. This is like one I saw yesterday. Your great-grandfather worked in the mines and your grandfather worked in a steel plant and you thought you could be a product manager. Yeah, thought it was common sense that when time passes, things get better, but okay. But now I'm starting to connect the dots. They want things to be manufactured in America. Mind you, they had no other plan before this. They didn't have any type of factory building. They didn't import anything before they imported these tariffs. So now they're trying to get everybody on board with the idea that backbreaking physical labor is the most American thing you can do. That you do not need to buy anything. You don't need to buy anything to be like happy and survive and be successful. You could just buy nothing and work in a factory and be content. When in reality, a majority of people don't want to do that, but they're trying to prime the masses for that.
Child labor thing that they're trying to do in Florida. Let kids be chimney sweeps again, or whatever the fuck the bill is called. You know that's because they're trying to deport all of the people that pick fruit in Florida, right? And they need to find another source of cheap labor. Did anybody else connect that dot? Just me? Okay. No provisions about who accepts that money, what protects the kids from, let's say, their parents forcing them to do labor on behalf of the household. Nothing in no. And mush-brain conservative weirdos stand up in a line and cheer about personal responsibility. When I was 16, I had to flip. It is in a state that's trying to ban books. It's not even Orwell, it's just dystopian.
What I'm finding confusing, all the people that didn't want to vote for Kamala that are now complaining about the things that the felon in the office are doing, because you knew that he was going to do this stuff. Wasn't that the point? You guys were the ones screaming, we have to punish the Dems, we have to punish people, the Dems must be punished, never Kamala. So now we're all being punished. That's what you wanted. You wanted collective punishment. This is what collective punishment is. This is what it feels like. And maybe it's because I grew up with 17 cousins. So if one person got in trouble, everybody got in trouble. So I already had a good idea and, already had lived a life of collective punishment, just not to this extreme, of course. But we would all get put on timeout. But now we all get to starve. We all get to know what the true feeling of not taking climate change seriously feels like. We all get to experience what it feels like to not be able to afford and pay our bills. We all get to know what it feels like when our grandparents and great-grandparents were talking about how hard their lives were in like the 30s, 40s, and whatever. We get to experience that now. And for all of you that have been saying like, oh, I wish I could go back in the past. Like, it seems so wonderful and cool, like living back then. Welcome. You now get to see what that was. Because now we are living in that type of environment. And you're going to learn real quick that movies aren't reality and history has been told to you in lies.
On TikTok, probably the last 30 minutes watching videos, and I can wholeheartedly say I've never been more afraid, terrified of what the fuck is going on in the country right now. I've never felt like this. I don't even know. My parents felt like this when the recession in '08. Like, this is real life. Like, this is hell on earth, bro. Like, this is, what the fuck is going on, bro? Oh, what are we going, bro? You know what? is not our battle.
No, I voted for Donald Trump because he's going to end all the taxes on overtime. I mean, that's going to put so much more money in our pockets. Yeah, but did you actually read, like, the fine print on that? What do you mean there's no, like, fine print? It's just, like, as it is. The fine print says that you have to work more hours in order to qualify for overtime. It also says that they could be raising the cap of income to actually qualify for overtime. For example, maybe they'll raise the cap to, like, 90 grand before you can actually qualify for overtime. That's their proposal. No. What? Yeah, it's not even guaranteed to hourly workers. They're mostly talking about salary. So you wouldn't even ever qualify for overtime if they change it for that, if you're an hourly employee. That's in their proposal. I thought you didn't read it. You didn't read it.
Shit, and I hope it pisses off the correct demographic. Yes, feel free to get mad at me and this motherfucking moo-moo, okay? White women, y'all still not mad enough yet. Let me tell you why. The two largest demographics that are married are Asians and non-Hispanic whites. Right? So on top of those being the two demographics, let's figure out the one that they're really targeting with the SAVE Act that they just passed. It's you, white women. It's you again. The call is coming from inside the house. It's you again. Y'all not mad enough. The SAVE Act requires you to have identification where your name matches what's on your birth certificate. Once again, this is not about black women. Y'all are the highest demographic of married people. Y'all not mad enough yet. I've been trying to tell y'all for months. They're coming for white women and their babies. Y'all not pissed off enough yet because y'all still asking for bounce houses at protests. Okay? Get it the fuck together.
Seen the MAGA conspiracy where they say Donald Trump is going to like cure cancer. Not him personally, but them saying that there is a cure for cancer and autoimmune diseases and all this stuff. And it's been hidden from us. And the elite Democrats, which doesn't make a lot of sense, have been withholding it from the rest of the world. And Donald Trump is going to bring this forward and all people are going to have cures. So I saw a couple people say things like that before the election. A couple like commenters on my post like were just saying things like, well, wait until you see when he brings us the cure to cancer. I'm like, okay. And then I've seen one or two things in like random Facebook posts, but for the most part, it kind of died off. Well, then tonight I'm doom scrolling TikTok and this shows up. This whole thread about med beds and how they have these beds that can cure any disease. You just lay in this bed, you know, it's from alien technology. And Donald Trump is going to debut this in front of the world. And it's no longer just going to be for the elite. And they're going to take down big pharma. And RFK has been a part of this. And they're basically going to save the world. I mean, guys, you can't even make this stuff up. Like, how do these rumors and stories even start? And how are these people just so dumb?
These tariffs that are happening right now, and the tariffs that are on Chinese goods, is absolutely gonna cripple our business. I run an e-commerce brand called Canyon Pickleball. We sell pickleball paddles, and we have tried to have our paddles made here in the United States, but the costs have been just too high. So we do manufacture in China, and it's really hard because we don't really know what that's going to look like for us now with these tariffs, right? The volatility of how the tariffs have increased, it's at 125% now for China. And so we have a shipment of inventory that's being completed right now. And our manufacturer just messaged us and was like, you know, what do you guys want to do? Because we have a lot of clients that are deciding not to move forward with their inventory orders because of the tariffs. And we are at a point where we have to continue this order because we need to sell these paddles. And it's just absolutely crippling for a business like ours because we're a small business. We're trying to get going. We're trying to ramp up. We want to do right. We want to produce here in the United States. The infrastructure is just not there for us to do it here. The price is just absorbently high. I don't even know if that was the right word. I probably said that wrong. But the prices are just too high, so we can't do it. And so, quite frankly, I don't really know what we're gonna do. I also just like, how are we supposed to plan our lives with our inventory and when we're purchasing? Because if the tariffs just go up and down and up and down, like we can't budget accordingly because we don't know how much we're going to need to spend for the inventory and for the tariff once it gets to customs. Just sucks, man. It really fucking sucks.